Welcome back to the project. Here at the Bottom Shelf Project, where we do things so you don't have to. Sampling the most suspect and suspicious of libations. Quick review of our rules. We are selecting distilled liquors. Price point of $19.99 or less for a full-size 750 milliliter bottle. And I'm rather excited about our offering for today. Ellington Reserve, fine Canadian whiskey. This offering came from
Total Wine.
Total Wine at a price point of...
It was $15.99, but if you're a member of their loyalty club, it was $13.99.
That's a fine price point for some good whiskey because this is aged for 8 years.
Yeah.
You don't see an age statement on a lot of Canadian whiskeys. Now, this is a bit thin on the information. What I do know of Canadian whiskeys is, again, like any other whiskeys, it's 80 proof. Most Canadian whiskeys are a rye whiskey. For the uninitiated out there, rye whiskeys are a little bit spicier, pepperier, a little zestier, a little bit more in your face.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes ryes, but I think all three of us do.
Most people think that ryes don't tend to have quite the complex flavor profile as like Scotch. But for the people who like Canadian whiskey and like rye, like me, they're fun. They're just a really nice, fun drink. You know.
So we're going to give this a shot.
Is it a fine screw cap?
Is it?
It is a screw cap.
Class. It's $13.99. What do you want?
I use something a little fluted so we can properly nose it.
It's got a nice
Got a
color.
couple Glencairns.
Yeah, actually, it does have a pretty nice color to it, I gotta say.
I don't entertain too often, so my good friends here will get the Glencairns and I will get a little wine glass. And on initial inspection, yeah, it's got a lovely color. Got a nice dark color. You can never tell, they were not going to tell us whether or not they use artificial colorings, but if they don't, this has picked up an awful lot from the barrel. Got some legs to it.
Let's do some nosing, see what we got here.
Ethanol forward, but a
Yeah, definitely. In the background, though, some like caramel.
little bit of caramel. The wood is really strong in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another popular trick we picked up from the whiskey tribe. We're going to put just a couple drops in the palm of your hand and rub it around like a fine cologne.
Yeah,
Very woody.
very.
Very woody.
It's like a cologne.
Yeah,
Very-
I could wear that.
Very forested. Smells like a lumberjack.
Okay.
It's very Canadian.
All right. So initial impressions from the
Initial
nose.
impression on the nose, it's nice. It doesn't have like a bold profile. It's not like full of character or anything
Not
like
complex.
that.
Straightforward.
No, really straightforward, real simple. I have a feeling this is going to be a very straightforward liquor that would be good in any kind of rye mixture.
Simple, no nonsense.
Yeah, simple, no nonsense
Here,
kind of a thing.
it's whiskey.
Yeah,
Okay, on to the tasting.
let's do it.
Yeah, that's a rye.
It's a very light rye, though.
That's nice.
It's not very.
I'll have to agree with you. That's not bad.
No, it's a really light rye. It's peppery on the finish.
Strangely, I'm getting some sweetness, almost like a clarified butter flavor.
I'm getting sweetness too. The sweetness is up front, and the pepper's in the back.
Yeah, definitely.
The
This is not
the
shabby.
flavor and the pepperiness really hangs with you for a little bit.
It does.
And that, again, that's a good thing. In my opinion, to have a whiskey that doesn't disappear immediately from the palate, that's not too thin in your mouth. That's a more desirable flavor profile for me. And so far, yeah.
Yeah. This is a background rye. This is actually something I would not. I would not continue sipping this. I would not use this as a sipping rye. I wouldn't be like, I'm going to have some, drink it neat. It might be okay on the rocks, but I guarantee any standard mixed drink that you use a rye or Canadian whiskey for, that'll get the job done.
Ryes are the last of the whiskeys that I would choose. Not that I dislike them; they were just the lowest on the totem pole for me. But that being said, I wouldn't mind keeping this on my bar for a sipper.
For $14 for $14.
If I was feeling froggy and I just wanted a glass of rye at the end of a hard day, or I've been out in the yard working all day and I want something other than a beer, I wanted a whiskey. If you're on the barbecue grill, this is a fine rye. And again, it's not complex. It's not pretentious. It is what it is.
But you guys did Evan Williams. I wasn't here. Now I've got the Evan Williams bottled and bond at home. I've got a soft spot for that, and I do drink that neat from time to time. This is smoother than that. This is easier to drink.
Yeah.
This is Evan Williams.
I will definitely go along with that. The Evan Williams had an overpowering woodiness that kind of stuck with it and shone through everything. But
while this has the woodiness, it's also mellowed out by the sweetness, the upfront sweetness, and the pepper in the back. So I think it has a little more. It's more complex than the Evan Williams was.
Yeah, and it's got a smoother kind of profile that would lend itself really well to being a good mixer. I could see this in a host of cocktails.
Yeah.
I would like to try it with some ice to see how it opens up.
So we're back with some sacrilege. Now, granted, we live in Florida, so things are warmer. Ice is more palatable, makes more sense in whiskeys. Some places they call us heretics for putting ice in it, but I like being able to chill it just a little bit, and if you use the right ice, it's not going to melt too quickly, won't water your drink down.
But there are some drinks that need a dash of water. It really does help them.
Make this
Oh, hey.
That nose is different.
I smell honey now.
Yeah.
Really brought that out.
I already took a sip. It's more peppery on the back end. Try it.
Boy, it brought the woodiness out.
I'm saying.
The wood and the pepper. I smell the sweet. I don't taste it now. The wood and the pepper.
The sweet almost disappeared, but the pepper's back there, which means
that's all.
Actually, I don't get as much pepper as that.
Oh, I do.
Do you? I do. Boy, the wood is really up front.
I get the wood.
That's what she said. Couldn't let it go.
Couldn't
let it go.
Now, as much as it pains my heart to say this, when we think of our younger days on a lot of these beverages, this is not something I could see us drinking in our early 20s. This is more of a mature old man drink.
It's more sophisticated than
If my father had known about this, we might have raided his liquor cabinet. Mm-hmm.
For an initiate, you really need to mix this with something. It's too forward, too woody, too potent. You're going to need to lower the octane a little bit. For the whiskey aficionado, provided you like ryes, this is a worthy addition to your bar.
Yeah, that is a nice...
Especially at the price point.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I know way better ryes than this, but not at that price point. No way. Let's take a look. It's classy. Mm-hmm.
It's a nice looking bottle. It's not something I would be tempted to throw into a decanter.
No.
To pretty it up a little bit. The bottle looks nice.
Nice bottle, nice labeling. You done good, Canada. You done good.
That's such a dramatic shift. The nose is, to me at least, significantly sweeter, but the flavor profile...
It's not my favorite Canadian whiskey.
Well, no.
No.
But it's good.
It's good.
So, just as simple and straightforward as the whiskey, our overall final judgment is, it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you need a good rye, nice Canadian whiskey, and you need it cheap, that's the one to go for.
I could see this easily being the shining star of a lot of different cocktails.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Just want a winner.
Enjoy.